If you look in your closet, on your bookshelf, or hidden in a box under your bed, there's probably an object you refuse to throw away. A stuffed animal with a missing eye, a worn-out blanket, a faded toy. Society, minimalists, and organizing gurus will tell you that holding on to childhood toys is a bad habit. They call it clutter. They say you need to grow up and let go of the past. But what if they are completely wrong? What if keeping that childhood toy isn't a sign of immaturity, but rather a brilliant, subconscious strategy your brain uses to survive the present? Society assumes that you are just holding on to an object. But if you misunderstand this behavior, you are missing a profound biological connection that your nervous system relies on. In this video, we are breaking down the hidden psychology of why you really kept that toy. Spoiler alert, it's not just about nostalgia. You are about to learn how that object acts as a biological anchor for your nervous system in a world that never stops demanding your energy. To understand why you hold on to this toy, we first have to look at how mammals self-soothe. We see this exact same self-soothing behavior in animals. Behavioral psychology shows us that dogs and cats will press their bodies heavily against their owners at night to blend their scents. When an animal weaves their smell into yours, they are telling the world and their own nervous system that you belong to each other. This releases a massive surge of oxytocin in their brain, literally using your familiar scent as biological armor to self-soothe. As humans, we do the exact same thing with our childhood objects. When you are stressed, your body releases cortisol, your breathing shifts, and your baseline heart rate changes. Having that familiar toy nearby, something that smells, feels, and looks exactly the same as it did 20 years ago, provides profound emotional regulation. It is a tangible piece of biological armor. When the world is overwhelming, picking up that object sends an immediate signal to your brain that says you are safe right now. Today, we live in a hyper-stimulated world where we never allow ourselves to just sit and be bored. We are constantly comparing ourselves to others, feeling like we're falling behind in a game that has no real finish line. Whether we realize it or not, when we start working constantly for the approval of others, it destroys our originality. We spend half our lives acting as a freelance employee of an algorithm, desperately seeking views, likes, and validation. We are so heavily stimulated that we're actually losing our ability to sit alone with our thoughts and ruminate. But your childhood toy is the ultimate antidote to this modern crisis. Your toy doesn't care about your resume. It doesn't care about your follower count, your bank account, or your relationship status. It is a physical artifact from an era before you had a public life, before you were forced to perform for society. In a culture obsessed with endless growth and hustle, keeping that toy is a quiet rebellion. It reminds you of who you were before the world told you who you were supposed to be. Let's talk about what happens to your brain when people demand too much of you. We are currently living in a loneliness epidemic where people feel incredibly disconnected. But for many of you, the problem isn't that you are lonely, it is that you are drained. When people have taken more from you than they have given, your nervous system does not wait for permission to protect you. Dr. Stephen Porges calls this the Polyvagal theory. When the stress gets to be too much, your brain initiates a dorsal vagal response, flipping a switch that shifts you into a state of conservation and withdrawal to protect your finite energy. Your childhood toy plays a massive role in this shutdown. When you hold it, it acts as a physical trigger for that piece. It isn't just a piece of fabric or plastic, it is a neurological shortcut to a time before you had to protect yourself. You aren't retreating into isolation, you are running towards a sanctuary. Finally, there's the reality of human relationships. As we get older, we realize a hard truth. Human beings are messy, emotional, and irrational. We learn early on that closeness often comes with a cost. People let us down, trust is violated, and relationships fade. We build up complex threat detection systems in our brains just to navigate the people around us. But that toy? It's a symbol of absolute, unconditional constancy. It's the one thing in your life that hasn't changed its expectations of you. It absorbs your grief, your anxiety, and your quietest moments, and it asks for absolutely nothing in return. It gives you the presence of peace. The next time someone tells you to throw away that box in your closet or get rid of that old bear on your shelf, don't listen to them. You aren't hoarding clutter. You are protecting your peace. If you still have a childhood toy that you refuse to let go of, let me know in the comments. What is the exact toy or object you still have, and how long have you kept it? If this video made you feel understood, hit the like button, subscribe to Between Minds, and never apologize for the things that make you feel safe. See you in the next one.